All right.
Michael Lynch.
Thanks so much for being on camera today.
Anytime.
So you're a writer. Can you tell me about what kind of stuff that you write and what's your focus right now?
Mainly I've been writing some screenplays. I didn't start out as a writer. I only became a writer about, I'd say, 2 years ago. So it'd be mainly screenplays, but ever since I came to Purchase, it was sort of a cross between screenplays and plays.
Okay.
Try to avoid to take a screenwriting course and a playwriting course in the same semester. Try to avoid that because it's just going to be stressful.
Yeah, what's the difference between like screenwriting and playwriting? Is there like big differences?
There isn't. There are differences just because you're doing it for a different medium. I mean, with a movie screenplay, I mean, you can be as outrageous or out there as you want because, like I'm sure everyone knows about the big budget epic that you just see. Like, we see at least 4 or 5 of those, I think, within 6 months or something, depending on what they're doing or whatever. And with stage, just, you can still do like surreal stuff on stage. It has to be like more within, at least I feel, it has to be more within budget and just, it has to happen on the stage. Like, I mean, you can have like pyrotechnics on stage and all that stuff. And I mean, thanks to Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, you can have like people on horses flying and all that stuff on stage. But it just really depends on what your project is and what the target audience is and all that stuff.
Great, yeah. So, sorry, what's your focus now?
My focus is, since I am taking a somewhat screenwriting course and playwriting course in the same semester, it's sort of divided, I guess.
Okay.
But
yeah,
because my screenwriting course is junior seminar. I mean, I sort of already know what my project is at this current moment, so I guess I'm sort of breaking the rules by just committing myself to one project. But so I'm just writing scenes for that, and with playwriting too, I'm just writing different sort of plays. Like, I'm in the process right now of writing sort of, I guess I would call it Playfest, because the assignment is to find an issue that that gets you interested in that, and then just like write a monologue about it, a set change, something like that, a one-act play about it, and just a few other things which I'm blanking out on. I don't know. I wish I wasn't blanking out, but it's just
no worries.
It's a variety of things, like a Playfest. It's interesting though. It's fun.
That's great. Yeah. Can you tell me about, I guess, like, what methods you employ in your writing? Like, do you use humor, or do you use like narratives, like particular narratives that you see a lot, like action movies? I mean, like,
I always try and use humor because that's where I started with screenwriting. Like, the first thing I wrote for a screenplay was the first act of a buddy/road comedy, which I tried to do, and it took a little while to sort of break out of the comedy mold, because for me at least, because I think you'll always hear that comedy is always harder to write than drama, just because drama has this conventional steps that you follow, and I find with comedy that whatever you may think is funny, I may not think is funny, or whatever I may think is funny, you may not think is funny. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's just like a lot of people find South Park funny, which is actually pretty miraculous, because the creators of South Park just do what makes them laugh, So I mean, it's a great show, and I think they're lucky that whatever makes them laugh has made millions of people laugh over the years. Yeah. But usually, if whatever people may find funny, other people may not find that funny. But getting off tangent, with what I write, I always try to use humor. Like, I'm a big fan of when people do dramatic things, but they add like these little humorous moments that, like ease the tension or whatever. Like, this is probably a well-used example, and will still be a well-used example, but with Breaking Bad. I mean, Breaking Bad, like, it kept getting more dramatic each season, but I was always glad that they added like little minutes of like black humor, and just to sort of loosen the tension a little bit. I mean, it was still like very dramatic. You still were on the edge of your seat each episode, but they, at least with me, they loosen the drama sometimes with like these black humor either with Jesse or with Walt or with even Hank, that whole sort of thing. Yeah. So humor, for me, I always try and use, because I feel that's just always the best way to use, and I feel that's something everyone has in common with humor. I mean, yet again, for other people, they could add drama into comedy or whatever, but with me, humor is just the best way to go.